Welcome to Nerd Barrage. I'm Matt. Today we're going to do a product review on the best DM screen ever. Now, a DM screen is really important for a DM to hide their notes and references and surprises that they want to reveal to their players later on, and those dice rolls, regardless if you fudge them or not. I believe I have found the best DM screen ever. This is the Fisher-Price Imaginext Eagle Talon Castle playset. It's absolutely amazing, and it is the perfect DM screen, and I'll show you why. They were made in the early 2010s, and they have been discontinued, unfortunately, but when they came out, they were pretty pricey. Now, you can find them fairly cheap right now on like Facebook Marketplace or eBay. Shipping is kind of ridiculous, so check locally first. The cheapest one I bought was $5. The most expensive one I bought was $20. Now you can use this without painting it, but you put just a little bit of time and paint on this thing and it is game changing. So these are some castles that I've painted in the past. I'll show you later some of the techniques that I used. So why is this the best DM screen ever? Let me show you. At its most narrow or folded up, it's 24 inches. So if you have limited space, you can still use this very easily. But if you have room to spread out, this thing unhinges to 40 inches. First off, the height is great. Even with the towers being 15 inches tall, these lower ones are 9. But you can still see that a regular cardstock DM screen won't even show over it, which is nice because if you still want to use the information that's on your DM screen, you can spread that out behind here and your players never see it and you still have the aesthetic of the castle. Okay, so let's start with some of the really cool features. All 3 of the towers, they have these turnstile key slots. The Imaginext characters have really big feet and you place them in the key slots and you turn them to activate different features of the Imaginext toy line. Well, this particular feature closes and opens this shield for the windows. Next down, we have a yellow door that has really nice wood grain and metal banding. On the other side, you have a shutter system that the mechanism will activate. You'll also see these little windows. Now, I don't really have a problem with people seeing through them, but I also like the aesthetic of looking through the window and seeing something different. I have a black castle that I put a red tent behind, and I can put an LED candle behind and it has a flicker. I've also done like a faux wallpaper, and that just gives it more character. Now, this little area right here, the play feature is, you're busting through the wall to attack the castle. Very often you will see both of these little doors gone. This one has one of them gone. One of the coolest features about this entire castle is the drawbridge. So if you want to reveal a big baddie, you can do it in an epic way. Now let me show you one of the cooler features of the center tower. Roll for initiative. The last feature I'll show you from the outside is this jailbreak area, and I'll show you the inside and what the jail looks like. Okay, let's turn around and see what the DM screen view looks like. We'll start off with this side since we just left off with the jail. The jail has a metal looking door that you can open and close. It locks in with a little nub. The next 2 levels are wood flooring, which have really nice detail. Just a minor amount of dry brushing and those look really good. This next area has quite a bit of storage on top, but these panels and then this flat panel here is where I put a lot of my notes or cheat sheets. This is also a platform where you can put minis. I usually also put a panel here. This is a nice little feature. A lot of times this door is gone, but you can put dice in there or notes or whatever. Now the center tower, this feature here is, it's weird, but it's basically the back of the eagle head. Dragon and an ogre fighting. I will also put a panel here so I can put notes. The bottom is just where the speaker is and the batteries are held. Another window here that I would cover, another panel that I would cover. These 2 towers are exactly the same except for instead of a jail, you have a large storage area. The amount of features on this thing are amazing. The amount of storage you have, the places that you can put your notes and cheat sheets, revealing big bad guys, or the rolling for initiative feature that I really like. So for a DM screen, it's absolutely wonderful. And from a player standpoint, it is an amazing thing to look at while you're playing.
Protect the castle!
Now, if you really want to make a statement and provide your players a really fantastic visual, definitely paint it. Even if you're not the best or most detailed painter, a small amount of effort can make this thing really pop. Step 1, remove the balconies. It'll be way easier later to paint. Next step, remove the stickers. I use Goo Off, make sure that whatever you get is safe for plastic. Now the color you use to prime it will be your base color or your grout color or any areas that you may miss with paint. I like to leave the torches unpainted because I like the flame effect that they give. So I will put tape around those. It's kind of tedious, but it pays off in the end. I will prime it in black with a black spray paint that is safe for plastic. Now, if you're new to painting, you're not super experienced with painting, this is a sped up video of me painting one of the models. Use the dry brush method, which is get paint on your brush, wipe most of it off, and then lightly whisk the castle walls with the paintbrush. I've had best results going from dark to light with at least 2 colors, sometimes 3. For the castle that I'm painting here, I used Anita's brand espresso bean for the dark brown color. I used a darker color as I want this color to come through in areas the lighter color doesn't highlight. Once you've covered all the stone, go back and hit all those areas with the next lighter color. I used apple barrel territorial beige. You want to leave some of that first layer visible, so go with even less paint on your brush than the first dry brush. For the rock, folk art medium gray, and then folk art steel gray for a highlight on the rock. Keep in mind the paint is going to wear at the hinge points right here. It has never been a big deal for me or my players. Just know it'll happen and it's no fault of yours. And then for the silver dry brushing for the jail cell and some of the metal pieces, I used Deco Art Sterling Silver. Detailing is completely optional, but it will stand out quite a bit. Get as detailed as you want, but the nice thing is you don't have to. Leave the metal wrought iron look and paint the wood parts with a dark brown and a black wash. If you've never used black wash, it's basically cheating. It's a watered down black paint mix solution that rests in the deep areas of what you're painting, resulting in more dimension. It should be available at your local hobby shop or you can find it on Amazon. Now for the DM side. This is your domain, so do whatever you want. The front is for the show, but the real heavy work is going to go on behind the screen, so whatever you want to do is up to you. If you don't want to paint any of it, you don't have to. Now something optional, but I find it really beneficial, is I'll put wood panels on the inside. I've done it 2 different ways. One is I cut a 1/4 inch underlayment to the size of the panel areas. I sand the edges down and stain them. Then I put magnets on the back sides of those and then magnets on the back side of the castle. This is a place that I can affix my notes and keep them at the ready. Another option I've gone with is thinner product, and I painted that with the Magnetize It magnetic paint. It allows magnets to stick to it. The stuff goes on very thick. I used a roller because the brush left weird streaks. Magnets stick to it well and can hold a single thickness piece of paper really well. It can also hold spell card thickness okay, but if you hit it slightly, it'll fall. Now I went above and beyond on the 2 panel sides, and I put chalk paint on the other side, so when I turn around, I can make freehand notes. Let me and the others know in the comments other modifications you think this beauty could use that would make it even more amazing. There's affiliate links in the description below. Nerd Barrage gets a small percentage of revenue by using those links, and it doesn't cost you anything extra and just helps us grow. Also visit hardenedbydice.com for t-shirt designs. Visit today and see if there's a design you need to add to your wardrobe. So hopefully I've convinced you as well that this is the best DM screen out there. There's so many options and things that you can do with it. Paint application, it's a really standout piece on the table. Thanks for watching. If you like us, don't forget to subscribe and share us with your nerdy friends.